Welcome to Thompson's Cabin Adventures. I'm Thompson, and that's my dog Sophie. Let's get into today's video. Good morning, guys. We have a pretty big day ahead of us. Actually, a few days. I have to get the septic field completed, affecting how I finish the skirting of the cabin, and also we have to fix a big mistake I made when doing that. So let's head over to the side and I'll show you. Mistake was, when I put this on, I meant to put this insulation through there. Generally, it wouldn't be a big deal for me because I usually screw everything. I nailed everything with the nailer on this. Whatever, we're just gonna have to take it off, get this insulation in because I don't want to bring it in through the floor. So I am gonna have access to the crawl space through the floor. Secondly, I gotta get this pipe cut, get it under there. So this can be completely sealed up because I need to backfill all of this. So the vents are going in. I'm just figuring out how I want to do that. Okay, everything is done up to here. This is the distribution box. This is the main tank, but we're gonna push on this way today and get this buried. So keep in mind, this was designed by a professional. I have to follow everything to a T. Let's stop talking about it and let's just get into it. Okay, so we cut the pieces. These are to connect with this. I'll show you in a minute. And these. Okay, so this, I'll give you a quick view. So this, and then this, and another elbow. That's going to be the runs. But first, we have a little bit of a longer piece. We have to cut it in here. If you look in the hole here, we have to be 2 inches lower than this pipe. So this pipe comes in on this one. So we're gonna exit on this one so that everything drains out. So what we need to do is cut this. This way, there we go. There, perfect. 3-month-old water, tasty. What we do is we need to put this in there. We need to cut the hole out for that too. And this, which is basically the whole thing. Again, we just take our knife and cut it. They make it very easy. Again, try not to cut yourself. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we cut this. Now we're gonna stick that through like this. Another ring here that threads onto this to tighten it up. Which is, oh yeah, nice and tight. Perfect. Okay, sealed. So then once we glue everything together, all we do is we stick that in like that. But first we need to put all this together, so let's do that. Well, the glue will burn that. Lots of glue. We don't want to mess with the poo. Okay. Perfect. All right, so there you go. We're 2 inches higher than this one. Everything is snug. So we took it off here, the top, and over the 50 feet, we have to be down 1% slope, which is 6 inches. So as you can see, we have it marked right there on the stake. And how we determine that it's too bright out for the laser. So in the center, we put a line level on the line and we ran it through. So now that's the slope of the pipe. So now what we got to do is we're going to do the one run right through, dig it down, bury it down, set it, and we're good to go. So let's get to it. Okay, it's time to set this. We're gonna set the furthest run and then work our way out of here. So we're gonna glue this pipe to this pipe. Two things you need to remember. These lines are center of these. That has to be perfectly up. I've marked this to make sure that that lines up, so when it goes on here, it's perfect. So this line will make sure that this is square with this or level. So let's just get this glued in and run down the line. Lots of glue, because you don't want to play with the poo later. And I made a mark there so I know that the pipe is in all the way. This mark here is right there, so when it's seated in. So now lines are up. Oh, perfect. See that? Deadly. Before I get too carried away, what I want to do is I'm gonna fire up the water here, and we're gonna, oh yeah, we're gonna fire it up. Oh, shit. Okay. Well, see the water's coming. What we're gonna see where the water's coming out at. First, it's gonna come into the distribution box. The water is coming in. So, oh, there we go. Coming in and going out. Let's see what happens. We are in good shape. The center pipe is getting water all the way down here. Now, let's see if it's gonna make it to the end. Oh yeah, look, right here, guys. So there you have it. We have made it on the center pipe all the way down. My question is it actually gonna hit the side pipes? This is what I'm interested in. Not my design, I don't know. Should, I guess. So let's see. Okay guys, well, guess what? That pipe has got water, so we're already down there. Well, son of a gun. I didn't think that was gonna happen, honestly. Yep, it's coming out the end right there. So that really should be capped off, which it will. Well, that's good. It's cleaning out all the dirt. And then, let's see in here. Nothing. Oh, there's water in here. There's water there, guys, look. Every pipe has water. Oh, yeah, look. It's dripping. Well, I didn't think a T dispersed water into 3 pipes. I thought the center pipe was gonna get it all. Well, call me. Anyway, that's why you hire the proper people to design this, isn't it? So, well, I'll be damned. That's not poo water, that's clean water. And that's a wrap for today. Well guys, I just had dinner, poured myself a nice cup of coffee. I was gonna go sit on the porch, but when I walked by here, knowing that this needs to be done, I think I'm gonna grab the wheelbarrow and throw a couple more loads down. What the heck, let's get it done. Well, that's enough for tonight. We got a little bit done. 20 or so wheelbarrows, we'll have it done. I think I'm a little bit short, so there's more where that came from. Really excited that we're getting this finished. This is a big one on the check mark list, so we'll see you guys tomorrow. Today, we have to finish this and get this buried. Then what we have to do, we have to take filter cloth like this and run it over everything here, weigh it down, and then we get the tractor, we start backfilling. Why do you do this? Because you don't, once you get all the gravel down, this is what we're backfilling with. So when you put that on top, if you don't have this, all that dirt and stuff will seep through the rocks eventually and plug up your pipe. So this is a very crucial step. Okay guys, this is a little hole, I'll show you in a second, but this is for an observation port, just like that, okay? Now we'll Put that back in. As you can see, it's close to the run. In. You're not going to see much, but throw a light down there and we'll be able to see it later on. And I have to put one up there close to where the trailer is. Hi guys, I lost the audio. Anyway, all I'm trying to explain is I covered it up, I weighed it down, now we're ready for backfilling. Let's head over and start taking that plywood off the cabin. And it is going to be tough. Let's get in here. Oh. Holy cow, you guys are quick. Whew. Nice and cool down here. That's awesome. Okay, let's keep going. I'm gonna put the insulation up there, and then we're gonna cut the water line right around here somewhere. I wanna get this pipe cut, and then all we're gonna do, I already cut the end off at the other side, and this is what it is. Now, this hose here is just Mickey Mouse on there, and this is the actual fitting that the PEX pipe is gonna fit on. So this tool cuts nice and straight. Yeah, lots of water. Whoa, holy shit. That's a lot more water than I anticipated. Oh well, here's what it is. Okay, we're done. Okay, so let's put the clamps on, put them all facing that way. Now, let's just quickly tighten these up so when we go to, once it's heated up, they're already close to being tight, right? Oh yeah, perfect. Absolutely. Oh shoot, that's hot. All right, that's got it, guys. So this insulation is gonna go all along there and all along the whole perimeter. So let's get out of here. Let's go and close this back up and we can start backfilling. But first I'm gonna put the water on and make sure it's not leaking, and we'll leave it on for a little while. Just make sure things aren't leaking. So let's get out of here. Did double check for leaks. Water's on, everything's good. We're gonna leave this alone because I'm gonna get some dirt underneath this pipe. We're gonna scrape this down a little bit, and we're gonna lay some insulation, and then we're ready to backfill. See what happens here. Looks good, eh? Okay. Time to get the tractor. Okay guys, well, what happened was my neighbors lent me their machine, and I'm telling you, there's no way I could have did it that fast with the tractor. That thing was effortlessly. That thing works so good. Now, have a look around. So there's lots of little branch stuff. There's more to do, but I can easily do that with the back blade on the tractor. So we're all buried all the way through, and I'll show you So the tanks, like I said before, I have to build some boxes, and you can see how far down they are, like 1.5 feet. So this one here will be down, and then as you can see, I'm pretty high here now with the dirt. So we're probably about 2 feet or better with the insulation and stuff. And then what I did here, you can see, I wanted to do this a little bit just to show everybody kind of what my plans are. So now you kind of see the grade, everything's sloping away. Now I'm going to staple on some that roofing felt, that stuff that I used on the roof. I did this before in another building, so it's going to come down, and then we're going to put some dirt. So what that'll do is it'll keep weeds and stuff from coming up, and then we'll finish it with a nice gravel or some sod or something like that. But we'll figure it out later, right? Not too worried about it. And the same thing, you know, so I started just dumping some stuff here, slowly get that, and then we'll bring this pile around. Everything's going to slope away from the cabin and run off into here. It was an awesome day. I really didn't think I was going to get that done today. Not with the tractor for sure. The tractor's slow, right? It's slow and steady. That skid steer is an amazing machine, and very grateful. I really appreciate you lending it to me, so okay, thank you. We have 2 more things to do before this field is completely finished, and that is box around there and insulate it, and box around there and insulate it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna repurpose a bunch of stuff that the cabin came in on. I'll show you here. We're gonna use these pieces. We're gonna take all these off because I have a purpose for these already. So we're gonna take these, whatever they are, off. We use those for the corners. Okay, so that's perfect. We took the skids apart. These were gonna go into the inside corner, and we're gonna put the 2x8s against here. So we'll screw in here, screw in here. This is gonna be the support. This is part of the skid. This is exactly what the building is made out of. Yeah, some of it's damaged. We're gonna cut it, we're gonna make pieces, and then we're gonna run it through a planer. Why throw it away? Why burn it? I've got plans for this. You guys are gonna be pretty shocked when you see what I make out of this. This is gonna be for an inside project. And maybe down in the comments, let me know what you think I should use this for. So let's go over there and install them. These things are not light. All right. Before we get too carried away, let's mark the lid. Okay, so the box is in. It's fairly level. It is a little bit tight, but it will work. Just gotta make sure when I backfill I don't move it. It should have been actually a couple inches bigger this way. All right. Okay guys, these are not permanent by any means. Quick and easy. I have a family of deer here. Their tracks are all over the place. I'm going to be building something way nicer out of some milled lumber that I have. I just don't have time right now because we need to focus on the inside of that cabin. Guys, what a way to end the day. On the porch with Sophie, cup of coffee, and you guys. I really appreciate you being here, subbing. It really means a lot. If you haven't subbed yet, it's free. Hit that subscribe button and follow along the journey. I have a big surprise for next week's video. I had another YouTuber come here, trade a day's worth of work for a little bit of fishing. What kind of deal was that for me other than the ultimate deal? Win-win. What we created for this cabin, you're not going to want to miss. Trust me, it is epic. So with that being said, guys, I truly appreciate it. Cheers for me and Sophie. We'll see you in the next one. Hey, hear that squirrel? Is that guy teasing you? I know. He's been teasing you for a week now. Huh? You give him heck. You tell him. You tell that guy. Oh. You tell him.